going on, everybody? I thought I'd give my thoughts today for what I've seen from Call of Duty XP and kind of everything floating around the web about Modern Warfare 3. Now, first off, I'd start by saying, originally, I don't know if I ever said it here on my channel anywhere, but I was pretty set in stone about not getting Modern Warfare 3 for a lot of reasons. Just a lot of reasons. I guess I'm not going to go into all those reasons because I kind of want this to be more about the game itself and why, you know. So let me just explain why I am going to get it now. After what pretty much actually was Call of Duty XP that kind of conveyed me, I guess, converted me, I don't know. It's not that I'm not a Call of Duty fan anymore. I always have been a Call of Duty fan. Well, not always, since Call of Duty 4, where most people kind of picked it up, I think where it really started to get momentum was Call of Duty 4. But also, like most people, I've kind of preferred Infinity Ward's version of Call of Duty as opposed to Activision's. Not that, of course, Zombies is awesome, but even Black Ops, I just started to get really bored of Call of Duty maybe a couple months ago, just really bored. I actually sold Modern Warfare 2, and that's rare for me because I don't usually sell games. It's pretty rare, so, I don't know. After seeing Call of Duty Elite, I thought about it a bit, and one of the bigger things that pushed it, besides all the stuff it is looking really good, and I am a fan of it, but one of the things that really pushed me is it's like no other games are coming out this year. All I have to look forward to is Gears of War and Skyward Sword, and then BioShock next year. I think it's kind of earlier next year, but I'm not sure. But that's it. Other than that, it's like, wow, I'm not going to have anything new to play. And it's, when you're a gamer, that's kind of depressing. I mean, I love old games and stuff, can play them a bunch, but you need to get a new game once in a while. And I just figured, nothing else is coming out that I'm interested in, so I'm really considering it now, but I'm still sort of on the fence. Before I was, on the, way down, but now I'm kind of like, I'm thinking about it. So I thought I'd just give my thoughts after watching Call of Duty XP, the conference thing. So, first off was the Call of Duty Elite. I see what they're trying to do there. Originally I thought that was going to be, and I think it was, going to be like Call of Duty Elite, you had to have it to play online, and we had to pay extra to do it. And everyone was like, no. Or at least I was. Like what a lot of companies are doing now. I know with Mortal Kombat, you got to pay to play online, and Assassin's Creed. I personally am boycotting those games. If there is a game that you have to pay to play online, I'm boycotting it. I think that's utter crap, especially if you play Xbox Live, because you have to pay to play online for Xbox. You have to pay $60 to get the game, and then you got to pay again to play it online, even though I'm already paying for an online service. Microsoft should cover that. Microsoft should just downright cover that, but that's for another discussion. But it does infuriate me greatly. But yeah, so now Call of Duty Elite is not that. It's actually a bunch of things. I'm not going to get every single detail, but the things that stood out to me were you get all the DLC free, which mainly consists of the maps. But he also said, the dude, I don't know what his name was, that there would be more than maps too, like game types and other DLC. So you get that actually monthly, they said, instead of 4 times a year, and then the game's dead, and you never play it again. Modern Warfare 2, I was going to say 3. But yeah, you get all the maps free and stuff. You get all the extra stuff like advanced stats and stuff. And one thing that really actually caught my attention, this is one of the things that kind of turned my head, was clans. I haven't played a ton of games, only a few games with some clans, but I was a Halo 2 player, a big Halo 2 player. It's kind of where I got my start on online games. And Halo 2 had a clan system. It was so great. I loved it with all my friends and stuff, and it was awesome. And then Bungie, who made Halo, didn't do it in Halo 3, and we were like, what? I mean, it's okay, but why not? And then they didn't do it in Reach. And after Reach, I've lost my faith in Halo now. I'm moving away from that too, but it was one of the best features, and a lot of people agreed with me who played Halo 2 at the time. So this is looking really good, and it's actually a free thing, clans are, for Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. But also in the Elite package, you get to do, your clan has, stats, you can level up your clan, and there's just more options, and all over, that's great. That's kind of one of those things that was I was like, oh, really? So, I don't know, it got me excited. And then, of course, they announced some of the big things. I'm actually glad. This is another reason wasn't going to buy Modern Warfare 3. They actually listened to their community. There is no more one-man army. That was a mistake with the noob tubes and Danger Close. Yeah, Danger Close. It was such a problem. No nuke, which I didn't have a problem with so much, except when combined with one-man army, which gave people free kills, basically. But no nuke, so that's okay. I'm not sad or glad about it. I'm kind of neutral. I'm like, oh, okay. If it's there, it's there. If it's not, it's okay. No Last Stand, which I don't know. Last Stand, it I know a lot of people get irritated by it, and believe me, I do too. But I guess I'm okay with that too. Like if it's there, it's there. If it's not, it's not. Sometimes it frustrates me. Other times it doesn't. It's just kind of the same thing with the nuke. So I'm kind of neutral about that. But still, it's not there. So. And no secondary shotguns, which I'm totally okay with. I think shotguns should be primaries, and they obviously are not going to work long range. Same with SMGs, they shouldn't work long range. But it's kind of the same thing with assault rifles. Shouldn't work as good close range, and like anyone with a shotgun who versus an assault rifle close range should win. Like 8 out of 10 times. But yeah, so shotguns. I'm not exactly sure what they're going to do that. Like I said, I haven't looked into it too much, but I saw all of the Call of Duty XP, and that's really the most of what I've seen. And I know there's tons of leaked footage and stuff, but And no commando, which I'm totally fine with. I don't know. I guess I could just stay in the past. You know what I mean? Leave it in Modern Warfare 2. If you want to go back and do commando, go back there. But moving on to the future, it's something we could do without. And noob tubes, well, grenade launchers will always be in Call of Duty. Some people are like, "Oh, it's in Modern Warfare 3. What's wrong with you guys?" But no, they're always going to be there. As long as there aren't things like one-man army to give you infinite. Like it should be like a handicap thing. You know what I mean? Kind of like something to get someone out of the spawn trap, or something to get someone a kill at least once. That's okay, but you should only have like one shot. You know what I mean? Two, I guess if you're using a special perk, that's kind of my thoughts on it. And it also shouldn't be like an instant kill every time, I guess. But it's kind of hard to do the balance issues for grenade launchers, noob tubes. But the way I see it, they're always going to be in Call of Duty, and you'll just have to accept it. Every game has something somewhere you're just going to have to accept. Like in Gears of War, the shotgun's always going to be there. You got to accept it. In Halo, the plasma pistol's always going to be there. You just have to accept it. And you can move on with it. It's not a game ender, really. So, and the other thing was they had like new kill streak setups, like streak packages, so it's not like you have to earn a certain amount of kills without dying. I think it's like you just get a certain amount of kills and you get the package. And a few of them seem pretty cool. And I really like more variety. Always just add more variety to the game. They're like, I'm not even going to really go over it in detail, but obviously more weapons, more kill streaks, more perks. That's all the stuff they're doing, and that's great. Do that. Like the more weapons, the better. I don't even care if there's like 3 weapons that fire like almost identical. If they look different, I don't even care. Like it's just fun to have something different to switch between. And then they had weapon, like your own personal weapon thing. I can't remember what the name of it was. Proficiencies? Yeah, weapon proficiencies. Like you level up with your weapon. And that's something I wanted back for Modern Warfare 2. And I haven't been excited for a game. Like I remember Modern Warfare 2, like being so excited for that game and looking up every little piece of information. And then that's also the kind of thing I was thinking about Modern Warfare 3. I'm like, I kind of want to get it, and I also just haven't been hyped for a game in such a long time. And Modern Warfare 2 was the last game I remember being very hyped for. And was it a letdown? No, it wasn't a letdown, but it wasn't exactly what I thought it'd be either. But since long, I've adjusted my, it's okay to get excited and hyped, but don't be like, oh, it's gonna be the best game of all time. I remember when we said that about Modern Warfare 2. We're like, oh, it's gonna be the best game of all time, hands down. And now it's one of the few games I've ever sold in my life, so just goes to show you. But I do have high hopes for Modern Warfare 3, but not so high like as if Christmas didn't come, I would like commit suicide. I don't know. But yeah, the weapon proficiencies really looking cool. It's something I was thinking about in Modern Warfare. I thought they were going to do in Modern Warfare 2. I was like, oh, it's going to be awesome. And they sort of did with the camos and the attachments and stuff. And then Black Ops with like the emblems on the guns, which is cool. But I think if they just take all that and plus like a bunch of new stuff, it's going to be really cool. Leveling up with your weapon is how it should be, because it's a shooter. So it's like your gun is your... It's like the gun in a shooter is the RPG to the sword. You know what I mean? In an RPG, you've got like a sword, and it's like your sword is your thing. You level it up, I don't know, what is it called? Blacksmithing. Forging. Yeah, you like forge your new sword and stuff, shield. It's kind of like that. You level up with your gun. But yeah, I'm actually looking really forward to that. And then they also said something about choosing how you want to prestige. Like, finally, I was expecting this back in Call of Duty 4. Call of Duty 4, where I was like, oh, if I prestige, I'm gonna get something cool, right? No, you just lose all your stuff and start over. Which I liked. Like, I like to start fresh sometimes, but it's like I don't get anything. And then in Modern Warfare 2, they were like, oh, here's some more class slots, which is cool, but can I have some, like, it's like giving an orphan like a half a piece of bread. It's like, was it really so hard to give me the full piece of bread? I don't know. Like, they don't have to be like huge rewards, but it could be cool. Like maybe if you prestige and you're like something like you could keep your camo on a gun that you work so hard for, like you got a legitimate 500 headshots and you got camo for your gun, can't I keep that camo? I mean, restart the headshot counter, but keep the camo. That's something I always wanted. Or something like, I don't know, like for the first, maybe like an XP boost for the first couple levels. I have no idea. I guess I'll wait and see, but it's finally nice to see maybe something besides just an extra class slot. And, yeah, the monthly DLC. Oh, and then I had some things that were making me laugh. Just at least the one thing was the Elite TV, where you can get like Call of Duty shows. It's a great idea, but it's like almost as if they caught on to the YouTube thing, how like everybody does Call of Duty videos, and YouTube is like the main spot for that. Like, oh, we can make a TV show. This will be way better. And I'm not saying it will be bad, but they're taking the idea of YouTube and trying to make it like a TV thing now, which kind of is the way of the future. If you think about it, a lot of YouTube stuff is like, I figured 10 years after like the generation who kind of grew up watching TV, as the main thing, not dies off is what I mean to say, but like a new generation comes in who's growing up not watching TV as much, watching the internet more with places like YouTube, Netflix, Hulu, all these online streaming sites. I think, and like even TV now is trying to do like Google TV or something. I don't know. I think it's going to be the way of the future. Like online stuff, TV is going to slowly die out. I don't know if it'll ever completely die, but it'll give way to the internet in a couple of years. But the Elite TV, I feel like they were trying to not copy because it is theirs. I mean, I don't know how to explain this. Like they're trying to be like that, but make it their own without actually admitting that they've seen that. But they have admitted. I don't know. I just found it kind of funny. I'm not like saying it's stupid or bad and they're like douchebags or something. I'm just saying it's kind of like, like the community like spawned this almost. You know what I mean? And then they took the idea and kind of didn't really say anything. But yeah, that kind of wraps up all my thoughts for the Call of Duty XP. Like I said, maybe I'll get some of my friends to talk about Modern Warfare 3 with me. I don't know. I know two of my friends did a thing together, but I wasn't interested in Call of Duty at all. But now I sort of am, so. And yeah, also the other thing they mentioned was to get the actually, you don't have to get this, but I think you really should if you're going to get the game anyways, like I would. The Elite package for the Elite membership. It's $4.99 a year, which is, a lot of money. I guess if you think about it, if you're just going to get the DLC anyways, you'd probably ring up at least that much. But yeah, if you get the Hardened edition of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 for I think it's $20 more, you get the Elite membership. So you might as well get the Elite membership. And if you're someone who buys the regular game and then buys the Elite membership like a month later or even a year later, you've kind of you wasted your money there. So I'd recommend buying the Hardened edition, which is what I'm thinking about doing. I figure if I'm going to do this, I'm going to go all in or nothing at all. So I'm just kind of thinking about it. But yeah, that's kind of all from the conference I took away from. I might do another one of these, or I might like do like a co-op commentary thing to talk about it a little bit as it gets closer to the time. But yeah, if you guys have any thoughts or any of your own ideas or anything, feel free to let me know. Post a video response, all that good stuff. And yeah, I think it's gonna do it for this. So I thank you guys for listening, and yeah, it's gonna do it for me. Later.